Cheating scandals have the power to do more than break hearts, they can shatter entire careers. In Hollywood, where every move is magnified, some of the biggest black actors have seen their reputations destroyed by affairs, betrayals, and shocking secrets exposed to the world. These weren't just private mistakes. They became public disasters that left fans stunned, families broken, and once unshakable careers hanging by a thread. This is the untold truth of 14 cheating scandals that destroyed famous black actors and the shocking fallout that followed each one. 14. Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy was once the king of comedy, a superstar who made the world laugh with his wit and energy. But away from the spotlight, his personal life turned into the kind of drama even Hollywood couldn't script. His marriage to Nicole Mitchell seemed picture-perfect at first, but whispers of infidelity started surfacing, slowly chipping away at that image. Allegations of cheating didn't just hurt his family life, they also reshaped how fans viewed him. For a comedian who often played lovable characters, the scandal painted him in a very different light. The divorce that followed made everything worse, as the tabloids highlighted every detail. Instead of focusing on his talent, the conversation often turned to his unfaithful behavior. This shift was damaging, especially since Murphy had built a reputation as a family man while also being one of Hollywood's most bankable stars. Even though he continued to land projects and remained successful, the scandal became part of his identity. For someone who spent decades perfecting the art of making people smile, the cheating controversy was a wound that left a lasting scar on his public image. 13. Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes rose to fame as one of Hollywood's most electrifying action stars, a man who could dominate the big screen with style and strength. Audiences admired his powerful performances, but behind the cameras, his personal relationships were far less steady. Rumors of infidelity swirled around him for years, each one adding fuel to the fire that he wasn't as faithful as fans once thought. The cheating allegations not only damaged his romantic life, but also gave the media endless stories that overshadowed his career achievements. For an actor who brought larger-than-life heroes to the screen, these scandals chipped away at the respect people had for him. His divorces, coupled with reports of betrayal, painted him as reckless with those closest to him. Instead of being remembered only for his groundbreaking roles in films like Blade, he was also remembered for his messy, personal choices. These stories created a lasting mark on his reputation, reminding everyone that even the toughest action star can be brought down by scandal. Wesley Snipes' career endured, but the shadow of infidelity followed him everywhere. 12. Martin Lawrence. Martin Lawrence was one of the brightest comedy stars of the 90s, delivering blockbuster films and hit shows that made him a household name. But while his humor connected with millions, his private life told a different story. His marriage to Patricia Southall ended with painful cheating allegations that rocked his family and reputation. The scandal didn't just break his home, it also became tabloid fodder that followed him for years. For someone who built a career on making people laugh, the headlines painted him in a far less flattering light. As Lawrence's fame grew, the personal chaos grew louder. Later relationships also carried rumors of infidelity, leaving fans questioning whether the comedian they adored was living a double life. The cheating scandals left a permanent dent in his image, with many people remembering the drama as much as his talent. Though he remained successful, starring in Bad Boys and other hits, his personal reputation never fully recovered. The shadow of scandal lingered, proving that even the funniest man in Hollywood couldn't joke his way out of the damage caused by infidelity. 11. Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard built his career on unforgettable performances, bringing intensity and charisma to every role. From Hustle and Flow to Empire, he became one of the most respected actors in Hollywood. But outside the set, Howard's personal life spiraled into a storm of controversies, many linked to allegations of infidelity. His marriages often ended in bitter splits, with cheating stories fueling the breakdowns and feeding the tabloids with endless drama. For a man who thrived on playing complicated characters, his real-life narrative was just as messy. Howard's repeated relationship troubles damaged the leading man image he once enjoyed. Instead of being celebrated solely for his craft, he became the subject of gossip columns that focused more on betrayal than artistry. Fans and industry insiders alike saw the scandals chip away at his credibility, making it harder for people to separate his work from his personal choices. Even during the height of the Empire's success, the stories of infidelity never truly went away. Terrence Howard's cheating scandals proved that fame could amplify every mistake, leaving scars that no award or hit role could erase. 10. Cuba Gooding Jr. Cuba Gooding Jr. went from Oscar glory with Jerry Maguire to tabloid scandal in just a few years. At first, fans adored him as the charming, energetic actor who could light up any screen. But behind the scenes, his marriage to Sarah Kapfer was under constant strain, with reports of infidelity surfacing again and again. Allegations of cheating became part of the story of their long relationship, eventually leading to a public split that turned into gossip headlines. The cheating scandal didn't just wound his family, it also made people view him differently as a star. Instead of being remembered as Hollywood's golden boy, Gooding's image started slipping toward one of scandal and personal recklessness. The breakup and betrayal rumors stayed in the spotlight longer than his film projects, showing how quickly Hollywood can turn on its stars. For someone who once held the highest recognition in the industry, being remembered for infidelity was a painful fall. His story became a reminder of how fast public admiration can turn into lasting damage when cheating becomes the headline. 9. Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart was at the top of the world, selling out arenas, starring in hit movies, and building a brand as one of comedy's biggest names. But all that success took a sharp hit when a cheating scandal rocked his personal life. In 2017, a video surfaced that appeared to show Hart being unfaithful while on tour. The story exploded overnight, with tabloids and social media turning the betrayal into worldwide news. Suddenly, the comedian famous for his relatable stories was caught in one of the most humiliating scandals of the decade. Hart made a public apology to his wife Eniko, but the damage was already done. For months, the cheating story overshadowed his work, putting cracks in his carefully built image as a family man. What hurt most was how the scandal clashed with the personal values he often spoke about on stage. Though he managed to rebuild his career, the infidelity became a permanent stain in his story. Kevin Hart's scandal showed that even the most successful stars can be brought down when private mistakes go public. 8. Chris Rock. Chris Rock is one of the sharpest minds in comedy, famous for tackling tough subjects with fearless humor. But even he couldn't joke his way out of the fallout from infidelity. After years of marriage to Malik Yoba, Rock admitted in interviews that he had cheated multiple times during their relationship. For fans, this confession was shocking because Rock often built his comedy around family, love, and the struggles of everyday relationships. The revelation shattered the wholesome side of his image and gave critics fresh material to use against him. The divorce that followed turned into a painful public affair, with the cheating stories leading every headline. What made it worse was how Rock's own admission added fuel to the fire. He wasn't just accused, he openly acknowledged it. That level of honesty may have been bold, but it also cemented the scandal in his career narrative. For someone so respected in comedy, the cheating confessions became a part of his legacy. Instead of being remembered only for his brilliance on stage, Rock's story of betrayal added a heavy layer to his public persona. 7. Malik Yoba. Malik Yoba built his career on memorable roles in shows like New York Undercover and films that gave him a loyal fan base. Known for his charisma and ability to play both strong and vulnerable characters, Yoba seemed to embody stability. But his personal life told a more chaotic story. Rumors of infidelity surrounded him, straining his relationships and making their way into the media. Cheating scandals chipped at the image he had carefully built and turned the spotlight away from his work. For Yoba, the damage was lasting. Fans who once saw him as a role model began questioning his private choices. The whispers of betrayal didn't just end marriages, they also created a reputation he struggled to shake off. In Hollywood, where perception is everything, these kinds of stories stick. His name became linked with scandal more than success, pushing his career into a quieter phase. Malik Yoba's situation showed how infidelity can destroy not just love, but also the respect an actor spends years building in front of the camera. 6. Michael Ealy. Michael Ealy became one of Hollywood's favorite leading men, admired for his piercing blue eyes and his ability to play romantic, heartfelt roles. On screen, he seemed like the perfect partner every fan dreamed of. But off-screen, his personal life wasn't free of controversy. Over the years, whispers of infidelity circulated, suggesting that the man who played devoted lovers in films wasn't always as loyal in real life. These rumors, though never fully silenced, chipped away at the carefully built image of a family man. In Hollywood, perception can be everything, and for someone like Ealy, cheating rumors cast a long shadow. Fans who admired his roles in Think Like a Man and Barbershop started seeing him through a different lens, questioning whether the devotion he displayed on screen matched reality. Though he continued to work steadily and deliver strong performances, the conversations about his alleged unfaithfulness followed him. For an actor who built his career on trust and likability, infidelity rumors became a stain that distracted from his talent and left his reputation marked by scandal. 5. Boris Kodjoe. Boris Kodjoe was admired as one of Hollywood's most picture-perfect stars. Handsome, charismatic, and deeply respected for his family-oriented image, he seemed untouchable. His marriage to actress Nicole Ari Parker was often celebrated as one of the strongest unions in the industry. But even this golden image wasn't safe from the sting of cheating rumors. Gossip blogs and tabloids often speculated about infidelity, dragging his name into scandal stories that clashed with everything fans thought they knew about him. The impact was heavy because Kodjoe's career thrived on the image of stability and loyalty. For someone constantly cast as the ideal man, whispers of cheating struck at the heart of his appeal. Even when he and his wife denied or moved past the rumors, the damage was done. His perfect reputation was no longer flawless. The mere association with scandal was enough to taint his public persona. While he remained successful in television and film, the cheating stories became a dark cloud hanging over his career. For Boris Kodjoe, the rumors proved that even the most admired image could be shaken when infidelity entered the conversation. 4. Columbus Short. Columbus Short rose to fame with his breakout role on Scandal, where his talent and charisma earned him a loyal following. But while his career looked promising, his personal life was consumed by controversy. Cheating scandals, along with other highly publicized troubles, became a central part of his story. Reports of infidelity surfaced during his marriages, leading to painful splits and fueling the narrative that Short couldn't keep his personal life stable. For an actor whose career was just reaching its peak, this kind of drama was devastating. The cheating stories didn't exist in isolation. They came alongside accusations of violence and substance abuse, which only magnified the damage. His exit from Scandal shocked fans, but many connected it to his chaotic personal life. Instead of being remembered solely for his talent, he became a symbol of wasted potential. The betrayals and infidelity scandals played a key role in destroying the trust audiences once had in him. For Columbus Short, infidelity wasn't just a private mistake. It was one of the scandals that tore apart a rising career before it could fully blossom. 3. Benet. Eric Benet may be best known as a musician, but his acting career and Hollywood ties made him part of the entertainment world's spotlight. His marriage to Halle Berry turned him into a household name, but it was also the stage for one of the most infamous cheating scandals in black celebrity history. Reports of his repeated infidelity shocked fans, especially since Berry was seen as one of the most admired women in Hollywood. The scandal grew so large that Benet eventually admitted to battling what he called a sex addiction. But the confession did little to save his reputation. The cheating destroyed not only his marriage but also his public image. Instead of being remembered for his music or acting roles, he became the man who betrayed Halle Berry. That label stuck, overshadowing his talent and opportunities in Hollywood. For years, interviews and headlines focused less on his work and more on his unfaithful past. Eric Benet's scandal proved how one betrayal can redefine a career, turning a rising star into a cautionary tale about fame, relationships, and the heavy cost of infidelity. 2. Taye Diggs. Taye Diggs built his career on charm, starring in films like How Stella Got Her Groove Back and Brown Sugar. For years, he was admired as both a talented actor and a family man, especially during his marriage to Idina Menzel. But rumors of infidelity started surfacing, creating cracks in the perfect image fans once celebrated. When the marriage ended, cheating whispers were among the reasons most talked about in tabloids. The scandal damaged his reputation because so much of his career had been built on the idea of romantic leading roles. Fans found it harder to separate the man on screen from the stories off-screen. Even though Diggs continued working, the cheating rumors remained attached to his name. Instead of being seen only as the smooth star of stage and film, his image became tied to betrayal, leaving a shadow on his career that still lingers. 1. Larenz Tate. Larenz Tate is widely respected for his powerful roles in classics like Menace to Society and Love Jones. On screen, he played characters who were passionate, loyal, and deeply admired by audiences. But behind the scenes, cheating allegations surrounded him, tarnishing the family man image he had worked so hard to maintain. The gossip media thrived on these stories, highlighting how infidelity rumors strained his longtime marriage and personal life. For Tate, whose career depended on the trust and admiration of fans, The cheating scandals created a noticeable shift. Instead of being celebrated solely for his artistry, conversations often veered toward betrayal. Even though he kept landing roles and maintained a steady career, the narrative of infidelity never completely disappeared. His story shows how one rumor, amplified by Hollywood's spotlight, can change the way an actor is remembered. Tate's reputation, once spotless, was forever marked by whispers of scandal, affairs, and the heavy cost of infidelity. Cheating scandals don't just destroy marriages, they destroy careers, reputations, and the trust of fans who once looked up to these stars. From comedy legends to action heroes, these stories prove that no amount of fame can shield someone from the consequences of betrayal. Some managed to rebuild, while others faded under the weight of their own mistakes. But here's the real question. Do you think Hollywood ever truly forgives, or are these actors forever trapped by their scandals? If you found this breakdown shocking, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with your friends. And don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss the wildest stories from Hollywood's hidden past.